Hey guys, Gizbeat here. What we have for review today is a THL W200C, huge 6-inch LCD. This phone came from AndroidCarts.com. That's Android, CARTS.com. With coupon code GIZ, you can get 5% off this phone and anything else in the store as well. They're offering 5% off with that coupon code. The first thing I want to mention here, the phone is 2 gigabyte RAM, 16 gigabyte storage. There were some shops that had this listed as 32 gigabyte. I don't know if there is a 32 gigabyte version of this phone available. However, the model I received is 16 gigabyte, so that needs to be mentioned. The first thing I want to talk about is an LCD. From here, we have excellent viewing angles. Really perfect viewing angles from the top and from the bottom. From the sides also. What I did want to mention, what's interesting to me, now this isn't a big deal. I need to put this out right up front. It's not a big deal. The phone, nobody is going to be looking at their phone like this. However, if you happen to look at it from the corner, you see how we get an orange tint here. It's very interesting. Nobody looks at their phone like this. I just thought it would be interesting to mention. You get a blue tint from this corner. From the tops, it's the same thing. Blue tint and an orange tint. Now, when you're actually watching a movie or using your phone, if someone's looking at it off to the side, it's no problem. It's only at these extreme angles from the corners. So it's no problem for the phone, it's no problem with me. It doesn't detract from the phone at all because really nobody is going to be looking at their phone at angles like that. Otherwise, the LCD is very good. It's very bright. I was looking at it in direct sunlight. I could see the phone no problem at all. See and use it with no issues. It's very even. There's no aberrations or grain spots along the edges. It's a very nice LCD. So other than this kind of interesting contrast change from the extreme corner angles. The GPS cold locked in under a minute, warm lock in seconds, super stable OS. The Android is super stable on this. I haven't experienced any crashes, no bugs, no errors. It's been very stable, very quick. THL did a good job with their firmware on this phone. The speaker, the external speaker, it could be a little bit louder. However, it was adequate. There was no issues with the external speaker. It was fine for filling a room. Like I said, it could be a step better, but otherwise the speaker was fine. The phone calls were loud and clear. There's no issues hearing them, and they had no issues hearing me. Oh, the other thing I want to mention here is that you see here we have virtual buttons. This phone doesn't have any capacitive buttons down here. It's only got the virtual buttons on screen. And actually, I like this. I like this. This is the way the Android was meant to be used. You can tell that by just looking at Google's own phones. Look at their Nexus phones. None of their Nexus phones have these buttons down here. None of them have the capacitive buttons. They're all virtual on screen. This is the way Android is meant to be used. So, that just bears noting. It leaves a little more space for screen, so you can keep the phone a little bit smaller. The one thing I wanted to mention, the really special thing about this phone is the battery life. And I'm going to show you. Right now I'm at about 50%. Okay, and let's take a look at how long we've been on. Can you guess? Can you guess? Let's see. 4 hours on screen and we're at 50% battery. The battery has been going very smooth between percentage points, and 4 hours on battery. It's 4 hours on battery. It's phenomenal. If we can get to 8 hours, we're gonna game for 8 hours. Let's see if it happens. Okay guys, that's about it for this phone. The phone was really a very good buy. If you're looking for a large screen phone with good battery life, this is the one to go with. Well, we tested the H9008. You can see that in our reviews and our review history. And the battery life was really bad on that phone. We only got 2.5 to 3.5 hours on screen. This is at 50% and it's already got 4 hours on screen. Also, it's worth noting that the phone has been on for 12.5 hours. So some of that percentage point has gone towards deep sleep time. And I just wanted to go over build quality a bit. The build quality of this phone is very good. There is absolutely, looks wise, there's absolutely no way anybody will be able to look at this phone and say, hey, this guy has a Chinese clone. The phone is really well built. It's solid. It feels hefty in the hand. And by the looks of it, the back is really cool. It refuses to accept any fingerprints. I've already been playing this phone for a full day now, and you can see I haven't cleaned it off or anything. It absolutely refuses to accept any fingerprints, and that's a big plus. So it stays nice and clean looking. The build quality of this phone is very good. The buttons are solid. They give a nice little click to them when you actually turn them on or when you press them. That's the same with the volume buttons. They have a nice healthy click to them when you press them. The USB port as well is a nice firm fit. So overall, it's a very excellent build quality of this phone. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions about this phone, please put it in the comments or come on by www.chinaphonearena.com. Please subscribe to stay updated. Gizbeat over and out.